Hello and welcome back to Le Efare Sones. I am your hostess, Joe, and today we are going to be doing my 9 matches spell. The spell has several different variations, so we'll be going over all of those today. And I did create this spell myself, so if you re-upload it to YouTube, just be sure to credit me for common courtesy of my creation, and I would greatly appreciate that. Other than that, let's go ahead and get into the spell. If you all have any questions or concerns after the video, just drop me a comment down below and I'd be happy to clarify any questions you may have.
I wanted to give you all an FYI before we go into the video so that you all can know how it is constructed and so that you aren't confused. I will be playing my voice clips over the video. I have separated this conjure into 2 categories. The categories are 2 and 4, which I will be showing first. And the next category is 1 and 3. I separated them into 2 different categories based off of them having different intentions, thus having different needs energetically. So again, the first section of the video you will see is for parts 2 and 4. And then the last section of the video that you will see is for parts 1 and 3. The first way to orchestrate this spell is to heal OCD, intrusive thoughts, general shadow thoughts, and addictions. The number 9 can be used to regain dominion over the parts of yourself that you feel like are getting a bit out of control. It can also be used for control, power, advantage, and authority. The number 14 can be used for balance, harmony, patience, refinement, management, and healing. The number 21 can be used for purification, rebirth, completion. The second usage of this spell is for burning out the flames that fuel your abusers, hexers, liars, bulliers, saboteurs, or anyone else in your life that is causing discord. The number 12 can be used to release holds, reversing any and all dominion your opponents and or any and all other low vibrational beings have over you. And when I say other low vibrational beings, I'm referring to entities such as spirits or ancestors, because yes, ancestors can be bad as well. The number 13 is used for major endings, defeat, separation, and change. The number 16 is used for endings, change, transformation, uprooting anything and everything planted against your individual divinity, divine path, and destiny. Okay. The third use of this spell is for burning out the flames of your mistakes. If you did something that was fucked up but was a genuine mistake and you want to turn the situation around so that you can go without long-term punishment or any punishment whatsoever, if you did something wrong to other people and you want to alleviate the effects of your damage, you can use this conjure for this. This can also be done with the intention of forgiveness, but you must be in a genuine state of repentance. If you are going to use this conjure with these specific intentions that I mentioned, you cannot do this conjure excessively. And in my honest opinion, this is not even something you should do every year, let alone a few times a year. You cannot use magic to escape from receiving karma and evolving from it, or dharma. God and your spirit guides are going to make sure that you get that karma and dharma by all means necessary, even if it doesn't manifest as soon as possible or if it manifests covertly. You have to make sure that you are being as responsible and accountable as possible as you live your day-to-day life. This conjure is not a safe zone that you can overuse. You have to actually learn from your mistakes and apply that wisdom to stay in divine alignment and favor. Now that goes for this third use that I'm mentioning, and it goes for all of the uses that I mentioned. Even if it's something that's not harming other people, like, the shadow thoughts or the OCD or the addictions. You still have to hold yourself accountable and evolve. Now, you do that with balance. I'm not saying be unrealistic with yourself, right? Take baby steps. You don't have to heal everything at once, and it's unrealistic to put that expectation on yourself. But you have to be doing something to try to heal and hold yourself accountable and get out of whatever circumstances you're within, whether it's just dealing with yourself and your self-love or your shadow intrusive thoughts, or whether it's with other people and other situations in life. And with all that being said, that brings me into the last usage of the spell. So this spell can be used to exit circumstances that you or others are binded to. This can look like wanting to leave a job but not being able to because you're under a contract, wanting to leave a city, state, or country but not having the money to, or not being able to due to legal matters, wanting to get yourself out of any and all other legal binds, and or wanting to get someone out of jail. Okay, so I do have a specific warning for this one, and it's specifically dealing with your masculine energy, okay, and the accountability that I mentioned. I strongly advise against using this type of conjure to end a relationship that is specifically romantic, familial, or platonic, or even a work relationship. My reason being is because when you do conjures before using your own power, when you try to use conjure as a crutch before utilizing your divine masculine energy, you place yourself in more karmic and dharmic debt. You don't escape it. You don't get a pass. God has not given us the freedom of individuality and the ability to utilize our chakras at full capacity, if we are able to, for us to waste those privileges. Our ancestors, especially those who were slaves and or held in captivity, used conjure, spell work as a last resort. They couldn't speak up for themselves or walk away without punishment. So, if you are doing this conjure just because you feel anxious or you feel a bit fearful to assert yourself or walk away, but not because you are literally being controlled, I advise that you exercise your other powers first and hold yourself accountable for your own fear and anxiety getting in your own way. If all it takes is for you to text someone and be like, hey, I don't want to fuck with you anymore. If all it takes is for you to apply for new jobs and then put in your 2 weeks notice and let your boss know like, hey, I don't want to be here anymore. If all it takes is for you to own up to some kind of truth in order to get yourself out of a situation, don't use the spell. Use yourself. All right? You have a power source within your being that can be strengthened and should be strengthened on its own without any external objects. Okay? And I'm just going to go ahead and read the disclaimer for the ones who are dealing with mental and eternal conflict. And that's what you're trying to heal with the spell. I forgot that I had a disclaimer for each one of these spells. But if you're dealing with those things, addictions, or however it manifests for you, this spell is only going to propel you into the realms you need to be in to heal that conflict. But once you get into those realms, it cannot do the work for you. It cannot take accountability for you. That's why I suggest doing as much shadow work on your own as you can prior to doing the spell, so that you're going into the spell with the awareness and foundation you need to get the mostest of it. So yes, the last usage of this spell is to exit circumstances that you or others are binded to. And again, I want to stress, you can do this spell on loved ones. If you have a family member that you know is in jail for some shit they didn't do, or in jail for any type of unfair reasons. Of course, consult your mandalas prior to doing all conjure work, but you can use it for that. If you yourself are wanting to leave a job, but you're not able to because you're under a contract, you want to leave the country, state, or the city, but you don't have the money to, or you're not able to due to legal matters, you want to get yourself out of any type of legal binds, you yourself or someone else, you can use this spell for this as well. Okay, so first you want to have some Palo Santo, sage, or whatever you like to use to cleanse. Okay, you want to have that, a lighter, of course. If you are for some reason unable to light things, I have something for you all as well. I used to live with other people and be homeless, so I know what it's like to want to do things for yourself but not be in a position to. So if you don't have a lighter and if you don't have matches, I'll let you all know what you can use for the matches. But if you don't have the cleansing items, you want to get some water and some salt or some sea salt. If you don't have salt or sea salt, it's okay. You want to charge that water with the intention to cleanse and purify and consecrate. And you also want to call upon your mandalas to assist you with doing so as well. You can let it sit overnight. You can put a selenite wand in it if you have access to that, just so it can charge and amplify. If you don't, that's fine as well. And then once that is charged, you are going to go ahead and cleanse your hands in it. And you're going to cleanse all the other items that you're going to use. If you can't get them wet, that's okay. Everything doesn't have to be 100% cleansed. Your mandalas are going to take care of, some of the things that you're unable to take care of, especially if you're in a predicament where you can't. So just do the best that you can. So this is for the individuals in the first and third category. So the first category is internal conflict. And then the second category is what I mentioned about if you made a mistake, you want to alleviate the damage, or if you want forgiveness. Coconut water can be used for many things, but primarily what we would be using it for in this conjure is for peace, okay? To reinstill peace within those spaces that you were trying to work on. So yeah, you can use the coconut water. And for the herbs and other elements, let's start with black bean. So black bean can be used to regain authority. It can be used for self-awareness, defeating temptation, strengthening your will, general defeat and domination, reclaiming your power to heal addictions or just generally heal, receptivity to change, accountability, and protection. Chia seeds in the Mayan language literally mean strength. So needless to say, you can use them for strength in this conjure. You can use them to have the upper hand. You can use them for dominion over any and all opposition and or discord. You can use them for energy retention and or to regain balance. Cloves can be used for protection and cloaking your intentions. White pepper can be used to cloak your intentions as well. Remove yourself out of any situations seamlessly without ruffling any feathers or causing any chaos, or little to no chaos, I should say. And black seeds can be used for immunity or reprieve in a situation. If you don't have white pepper, I know there are several grocery stores that may not carry it. So if you don't have white pepper, use black pepper. Black pepper doesn't necessarily give me the same kind of seamless, covert energy that I get from the white pepper. But it's all about your intentions, and I strongly encourage you all to always use what you have access to and let your mandalas do the rest of the work for you. Coffee can be used for speed, empowering your throat chakra or opening your throat chakra, protection, blockage busting, and road opening. Orange extract or orange peel can be used for road opening as well. It can also be a confidence booster. So if you're a category 1 dealing with the internal issues, you can use the orange extract to boost your confidence. I believe orange peels are also associated with the sacral chakra. So I know a lot of us have intrusive thoughts, shadow thoughts, addictions, because we don't feel comfortable within our own beings. So you can use the orange peel, orange extract to also instill a sense of comfort, as well as the coconut water, as I mentioned before. Sea salt can be used for protection, cleansing, clearance, extracting energies, and removing resistance. The next item that we have is, I believe, please do not clown me in the comments if I get this wrong, but I believe these are called japones. I don't know. I know the J in Spanish is pronounced like H in the English language. So they're spelled Japones. But under that, it says red chili peppers. So I don't know if these are the same as the ones I have in my cabinet. I think they may be. But I, of course, will show it on the screen so you all can know what they look like. I got mine from Food Lion. I know a lot of regular grocery stores don't carry it, so you can find it at a Hispanic grocer. But I only recommend using the red chili peppers if you are okay with it manifesting both quickly, it meaning all of, actually I wouldn't suggest that you use it for category 1 and 3. But for all the other categories, if you are okay with it manifesting both quickly and in an abrasive manner, then use the red chili peppers. But if not, this would cause conflict with the intention for you to exit your circumstances unscathed and may create temporary chaos during the time of manifestation. Chamomile, coconut shreds, milk, or water can be used for category 1 and 3 with the intention to instill peace, harmony, and balance, as well as for forgiveness. So we have 3 alternative items that you can use if you are not able to use matches or lighters where you are. And I'm going to give the usage of them. So first we have a light bulb, specifically a dead one. You want a light bulb that is laying around the house, tucked in the closet somewhere, or in that miscellaneous drawer that people just stuff shit in. And this is a light bulb that does not work. You want one that no longer works, okay? You want wilted dead dandelions, okay? And you also want leaves, okay? There are other things that you can find out in nature that you can use to symbolize someone's power or growth, but these are the few things that I was able to collect. So let's go ahead and get into the usages for all of these 3 things. So if you're going to use a light bulb, the light bulb would take the place of the matches. So the light bulb is pretty much going to represent someone's power source. It's going to represent the heat, the light, the flame that is fueling them to do whatever fuck shit that they're doing to you or to other people, okay? This could be used for them internally, So if you want to turn off their motivation or energy to continue to be a fucking asshole, or even if they're not actively doing something, or you can't prove they're actively doing something, but they did indeed do something to you previously, you can just use it to depower them, you can attack their mental space if you want to depower them in that way. You can attack their heart space or whatever chakras or spaces you want to attack, or you can go for areas of their life. So if you want to turn off their flame that is fueling them to their flame, their light, their power, that is giving them money, that is giving them stability, that is giving them other type of relationships or support, you can use the light bulb for that as well. Now, I do believe glass can be charged. So with this light bulb, what you're going to want to do, you can if you want to, you don't necessarily have to, but it would be a good addition because like I said, the more elements that you use, the more effective your spell will be. And it might even manifest faster. I don't know. And I say I don't know because your mandalas work according to your circumstances. But it will indeed be potent and powerful. But what you're going to do is you're going to take the light bulb, okay? You might want to place it over a glass jar, or you could just place it in the palm of your hands. And what you're going to do is take your hands and charge it. And as you're charging it, you're going to imagine their metaphorical lights turning out, okay? Their energy lights turning out. Their spiritual lights turning out, okay? The power that fuels them cutting the fuck off. And then what you can do, you can slam this, like you can drop this on the floor and cause it to crack if you want it to have more of that, more of the ashe of like chaos and damage. You can crack it. You can just do whatever, right? And you're going to get a jar. If you don't have a jar, you can use a plate, but I would recommend using a jar, and then you can put the light bulb down on the bottom of the jar. Okay, so next we are going to use these dead leaves, and with these taking the place of the matches, these are going to be used to stop something from growing or thriving. So again, it's pretty much the same use as with the light bulbs, except with it being, something from nature, I'm using it with the intention to stop something from growing or thriving. So next we have this wilted dead dandelion. So in Hoodoo tradition, you are to ask for permission before you just up and take plants and things out of nature, and to give an offering. Okay. So make sure that you're doing that and you're asking your spirits for consent before taking certain things. So again, I have this wilted dandelion, and if you want, you don't necessarily have to. Do make sure it's dead, okay? But what you're going to do is pretty much pray over the dandelion, the intentions that you want. And specifically for the dandelion, this represents potential. This can also be used if someone is going down a certain path, and you want to derail them from that path. You can, of course, see the dandelion as that path, and then blow out I don't know what these are called. Blow out the little white things. I'm going to just call them little white things. Blow out the little white things on the dandelion. I'm envisioning that is, whatever it is that they're pursuing crashing down. Okay. And it doesn't necessarily have to be something that's active for them. Again, it can be something that they could possibly pursue. Okay. So if that's them possibly going in spreading lies about you, possibly going and doing damage to something that you created, you can use the dandelions to blow out their potential with that and put it in the jar. You can also use it just to depower them, like I said, with the other elements.